In Nigeria, when we hear mental health, many of us immediately think of someone on the streets in tattered clothes talking to themselves. We call it madness or insanity. So we think it's either you are normal or you have run mad. But as a doctor who has seen patients for over 3 decades, I'm here to tell you that that is not true. Mental health is not a switch that is either on or off. It's a journey. Mind has its own seasons. So think of it as a continuum, a long road we all walk on. And at one end, you are thriving, you are productive, you can handle the stresses of heavy traffic or family demands, and you feel in control basically. Now in the middle, you might be struggling. Maybe you are always tired or scattered, as we say in this part of the world. Now, at the far end of that spectrum is mental illness, like clinical depression or even anxiety. In Nigeria, when we hear mental health, many of us immediately think of someone on the streets in tattered clothes talking to themselves. We call it madness or insanity. So we think it's either you are normal or you have run mad. But as a doctor who has seen patients for over 3 decades, I'm here to tell you that that is not true. Indeed, the World Health Organization describes mental health as a state of well-being in which every individual realizes his or her own potential and can cope with the normal pressures or stresses of life. He or she can work productively and fruitfully and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. Now, this is the definition of mental health by the WHO. So you can see that mental health is not a switch that is either on or off. It's a journey. Just like you can have a fever today and be fit enough for a marathon next month. So your mind has its own seasons. So today, we are breaking the stigma and we are answering the questions you have been too afraid to ask. So let's take a look at the scale of wellness. Now, the truth is, we all have mental health. Now, think of it as a continuum, a long road we all walk on. And at one end, you are thriving, you are productive, you can handle the stresses of heavy traffic or family demands, and you feel in control basically. Now, in the middle, you might be struggling. Maybe you are always tired or scattered, as we say in this part of the world. Now, at the far end of that spectrum is mental illness, like clinical depression or even anxiety. So we move back and forth on this scale depending on 3 things. And those 3 things determine where we will be on the scale. The first one is our biology. Now, the genes we are born with, this determines a lot. We inherit this. Then secondly, our upbringing, our experiences as children. And thirdly, the pressures, the current stress of life and work and finances. So you don't just wake up on one day at the illness end of the scale. There are warning signs along the way. And so the body-mind connection comes into play. One of the most common questions you may find on Google is, can stress kill you? People ask that question a lot. The answer is yes. And it starts with your body. Now, in medicine, we know that what is psychological is ultimately biological. So when you are chronically stressed, your brain sends signals to your liver. Chronic stress means prolonged stress. Now, a stressed liver can't filter fat and cholesterol properly. Now, that extra fat ends up in your blood, which can settle around your heart and lead to heart disease. So when you say my heart is heavy or I have a nervous stomach, you aren't just speaking in parables. Your brain-gut connection is real. Your mental health is your physical health. So that's why defining health, mental health is part of it. So now let's take a look at 5 signs. Before you reach a crisis, your mind gives you red flags. 5 signs to watch out for. 1, the first one, loss of interest. What we call anhedonia. You used to love football, gisting with friends. Suddenly, You don't want that anymore. You don't find pleasure there. Then you feel overwhelmed. That's number two. Even small tasks feel like you are trying to move up a mountain, unlike before. Number three, sleep problems. You are sleeping all day or you can't sleep at all. You can't fall asleep easily, or you wake up multiple times, or you wake up too early. Number four is emotional stickiness. You can't stop ruminating on a small mistake at work or anywhere with your family for hours. You are ruminating on it. And then number five is there's increased anxiety level, crushing sense of anxiety. You are stressed up. Little things make you stressed up. You are not weak. You are simply under strain. So we need to look at how to break this problem. Call to action. What I mean is breaking the stigma. Biggest barrier in getting help in our culture, especially in this part of the world, is stigma. We fear what people will say. We fear being called mad. But waiting until a crisis is like waiting until a small cough becomes a pneumonia. You know, when you have a small cough, you don't see your doctor. After a while, it spreads and becomes a huge pneumonia, and then you have to end up in hospital. So resilience, strength that we have as Nigerians is not enough. There's no use suffering in silence. Knowing when to ask for support so you can keep moving back towards the wellness end of the scale is most important. And that's what this talk is all about. I am Dr. Imafidon Agbonile. On this channel, we will use science to reclaim our peace of mind. So if this video helped you understand yourself better, please hit the subscribe button. Share this with one person who needs to know they are not alone. Before we end, I want you to tell me in the comment section what is one small thing that has been stressing you lately. Let's talk about it.